He's just having some time to think about it.
And I think they were the two players that had the big clash. Wiggins and Lewis Roberts-Thompson off the ball before, or on the ball a couple of minutes prior, and they just continued on.
There's Malcheski pushed in the back, and he'll win a free kick.
Well, you've got to be careful now. The Blues are still playing tough football, but you've got to be disciplined against this side because they love it when you come at them with undisciplined play.
Malcheski wants Barlow, and there's a kick that was really hoping they could find him in the middle of some traffic.
Yeah, it was short to a contest, just poor option.
Cloak, Stevens running hard for him. Off the right boot to Favola. An outstanding kick from Nick Stevens. Outstanding kick off the outside of the right boot into the hole where Favola could run onto it.
And I think that was a pretty good mark, really. He was under a lot of pressure from Craig Bolton and the Sun just sitting up over the grandstand, so Sun would have been in the eyes. And it's a good grab.
You picked that. That was Nick Stevens having the great vision down the ground to put that ball on the outside of his foot to make it spin into the pocket. You know, it's a drop punt, but well picked up in the call because the way that he kicked that across his body just shows how brilliant he can be on full ball.
And Favola did the right thing with a contested mark. Can he now kick the goal from just inside 50? He's got one, needs it to come back. It's hanging out left. And just like the first quarter, his first shot on goal is a behind.
I just wonder with his goal kicking, where that heel injury that he lands on it, I don't know which foot it is, but when he lands on it, maybe it might be hurting him. He just doesn't want to, you know, make that happen.
And it might be just something in his subconscious that he's... he ends up factoring in when he's having shots on goal, and the fact that he's not handling the ball during the week as well with limited training.
Sydney with some spark. Shaw ran it out quickly, gave it to Goods on the wing. Into the forward 50, and just cutting in front, taking the mark is young Thornton. And Kristen Thornton, with this will be his first shot at goal.
Gee, that was a great grab. I thought it was going over his head at the moment, but that's a fantastic vertical leap. Boy from Peel Thunder in Western Australia.
This is his first kick in AFL football. Can he join the club with a goal with his first kick? 45 metres out. He joins the club, but more importantly, he puts the Swans in front.
Great to see the young fella there with his first... It was a good grab, as you called it, Shorey. Good leap in the hands, but first kick in league football. As Rowan Smith said just at the start of the game, had spent a bit of time on and off list knee reconstruction, and he's gone back and, very importantly, kicked a good goal for the Sydney Swans, and they've just worked their way, as we so often see, work their way back into this game and lead by four points.
Kristen Thornton, with his first kick in AFL football, puts the Sydney Swans in front.
And don't tell me you're going to give me a stat of how many players have kicked a goal with their first kick in AFL football.
Number 171.
Oh, Matty, you're going to get a life.
They're called computers, Shorey.
Oh, right, okay. I thought that was off their head, off the top of your head. 171 players have kicked a goal with their first kick in footy.
That's correct. The first since Nick Subin at the Western Bulldogs in round 1 against Fremantle. So Sydney had a bit of momentum just before quarter time. Come out in the second quarter and have hit the front.
And their forward 50 entries have come through the centre corridor as well, so they haven't been pushed out wide. They've been able to get the ball through the cricket wicket area, which is important, so the likes of Thornton can have those shots on goal from dead in front.
Knock it out, boys.
Another ball upcoming.
Just one stat too, inside 50, Carlton was 7 up, but even when we talk about tackles, they're 7 down. I know it's a different type of the game, but the pressure Sydney Swans are putting on is the thing that's keeping them in the game in midfield.
So from the bounce, Jolly wins it. Grigg was trying to run through and steal it. Houlihan.
Handball, play on.
Umpire was spot on. He just got it away. Ablett searching for Thornton. Can he make it 2 in a row? Not yet.
Oh, you cannot.
He's pinged him.
I tell you what, he's seen 2 sides of football within the last 30 seconds. One, the fun of kicking a goal, or the joy of kicking a goal, and 2, how tough it is in the tackle.
Very hard to bust through 3 to 4 of them.
Holding downfield, Carlton.
There's a few free kicks just going Carlton's way now.
Kick a hold off the ball, it goes to Nick Stevens.
The disposals are pretty even for this quarter, 33 to 32 in favour of Carlton, but the kicking efficiency is 78% Sydney, Carlton just down to 44% for the quarter.
And we're almost halfway through the quarter. Chris Judd with one disposal.
McVeigh's got the job. They might be swapping 2 to 3 players on Chris Judd.
That certainly happened in the first term. He seemed to have locked on to him, Jared McVeigh, now.
But Sydney are just getting the footy first. That's the difference.
No doubt.
And Ablett's got a shot on goal.
That contested football is so important and something that the Swans pride themselves on. Winning stoppages and contested ball.
Ablett a late inclusion. And if you've just joined us, Barry Hall not playing. And Ablett was a dropout in similar circumstances last week. Swans lead by 4 points. Can he make it 10 with his first goal for the season? 48 metres out. It's a mongrel.
That's a big floater.
Yeah.
There's a big floater.
That's when you kick it off the joint of your ankle instead of your foot.
Yeah, it doesn't hit boot first, it hits sock first.
Got a few of them, me time.
Yeah, some of us were better at those than others. Mastered it over a few years. The floater.
Stevens back through the middle. Gibbs gets a running player in Judd. Stevens kept going. Under a little bit of pressure because Judd's handball hit the ground. Got the benefit of the doubt and plenty of time. Carlton's still going.
Well, generally they pull you up if you've tackled for the 360.
Yep. On hands and knees, Jacobs spent most of the time on the bench. Ablett comes through, fishes it out. Roberts-Thompson did enough to get it to Jack. Forces it on the boot. Thornton in best position for Carlton, and they spread it wide. They've got some numbers here. Johnson could just bounce and go. In fact, he kept going a while. And on the lead for him was Cloak.
Good spoil.
Wonderful spoil. The hurdler was Marty Matner. Strong tackling Sydney. They win the football again. Grundy to Matner. Moore pushing forward, waits for support, gets some eventually from Bolton. No one forward.
Yeah, and that's why Moore held the ball up and didn't handball, and there was just rush forward. I think it was, who'd you call there, Matty, that just belted the ball forward, Bolton, and just too many Carlton players had dropped back off their direct opponents and just bottling up things back there.
Might have actually been Barlow because Bolton's back here on Favola, so it was Barlow.
So you're right about Fev getting the ball a long way out from goal, though, when he's had some shots. And here's the Marty Matner, the hurdles, and under 10 little athletics.
Yeah.
They didn't have to jump someone the size of Cameron Cloak at under 10's athletics.
He was on the ground.
That was the high hurdle, wasn't it?
Momentum went forward. Stand up.
And this is where things have started to turn around for the Swans. They're getting big numbers in around the stoppage and just scrapping the ball forward.
Play on.
Betts over the top. No whistle, and we've got another ball up.
He's just dived to the ground. Thanks. Eddie.
That's all you need, an explanation like that, and then you don't need the umpires to say anything more. Don't have to coach, don't have to bury, just get in there and give the explanation and get out.
Kirk out to O'Keefe. He gets the free kick for a high tackle. And this will be his first
kick for the day.
Yep. And tight on the boundary line, Kirk fending off, keeping it going for Sydney.
Well, he's had 3 touches in 20 seconds, Brett Kirk.
And Grundy back to O'Keefe and turn Barlow. Want to be careful here. He's almost spotted up Favola. Fev might kick this. He's kicked it out of bounds on the form. That's a real let-off for Barlow. I don't know what he was thinking there.
The other thing also, Teddy Richards didn't even know Favola was behind him. You've got to have an awareness of what's happening. Yeah, it was a shocking kick, but you've got to know that he was coming. Ted Richards, I believe, did not think Favola was behind. Have a look at this. Just the way he's gone in casually, it was like, no, just bad play on 2 occasions there from the Sydney Swans.
So here's Richards. Kick it long to the pack. Jolly's his target. He's third in line. He just missed it. Wait wants the mark.
Oh, no.
Jolly surely had hands on it first. It's all academic because Wade has it.
Play on, play on.
He's having a big afternoon.
Yeah, just wanted Brendan Favola far too much then. He was surrounded by Swans defenders, just had to be a bit more patient or work the ball into the centre corridor, but as some of the key forwards in the competition, they just draw the ball naturally.